Everyone, this is Jeff again with another tech video on the Note 8. So as promised, I'm back with another video comparing three different cases. Up here we have the pink Alcantara cover, in the middle we have the orchid gray S-View flip cover, and then on the right is the blue rugged protective cover. So we have three different versions of cases. As I mentioned in my last video, I think the Alcantara cover is for people who want a little bit more style, a little bit more thin protection, but something that can stand up to your normal day-to-day use. You have the versatility of the S-View flip cover if you really want to be protected, especially if you put it in a bag or a purse or something like that, and you kind of like the features that are added by the S-View flip cover, which I can show you guys in a minute. And then, of course, if you want more protection, you have the rugged protective cover. So the first thing I want to compare is the two ones that are more similar, I guess, which is the Alcantara cover and the blue rugged protective cover. And so we have the orchid gray. I'm just going to pair this with the pink Alcantara cover. So, again, just kind of slide it in. There you go, boom. Pretty easy and pretty nice. Really like the color combo of this orchid gray and the pink, if I do have to say so myself. Obviously the front is all black, but you have the nice surround of the pink in this. Now, if you move on to the rugged protective cover, I'll put in the midnight black version and this one just so you guys can see it. Again, front is pretty much the same, but with the back, you kind of have, again, the same thing going on since the cameras on both of these devices are fully black. Can't really tell. It's really, with this case, maybe you can see which version of the Note 8 you got, just because it gives a little bit of an indication on the bottom there. But again, both of these cases are great, different needs. You guys can probably see this, and I'll show you guys a little bit of a different view in a second, but you kind of have a pretty decent difference between really how thick each of these are. So you can see the rugged protective cover is probably about 40-50% thicker than the Alcantara cover. I will say, holding it in the hand, the rugged protective cover is a good deal heavier, I feel. I did weigh it earlier, and it's, about 1.5 ounces heavier for the rugged protective cover. So something to keep in mind, if you have pockets that are a little bit tighter or smaller purses and such, to, as you kind of go about making your decision. Can't go wrong with either. Buttons are really easy to click on both, although I do prefer the buttons on the rugged protective cover. They're definitely very raised and very easy to press. They give good tactile response. The way that these Alcantara covers are done, and I mentioned this in my other video focusing on this cover, is that really it's just kind of a cutout where it's just a material covering it. And so I think you lose a little bit of that tactile feedback, but otherwise it works pretty well. I'm a big fan of the Alcantara case. It's typically my daily case that I use, but I do have various versions of cases that I can use depending on the situation. So for now, let me take off the rugged protective cover and slip on the S-View flip cover, just so I can compare that with the Alcantara case. So again, with the flip cover, you can see that kind of happening. And one thing I do want to note is that when you open it, it does give that auto wake. And so that's a really nice feature as well that I didn't remember to mention in my last video on this. So just keep that in mind. Again, the buttons are really hard to find on this one. But the one thing I do like about all three of these cases is that, just like with any other case, they give you a little indication of where that fingerprint button is, so it guides your finger to unlock it. And I gotta be honest, it is a very big phone. There's no getting around that, but it is pretty easy to find that fingerprint scanner. And in the few days that I've had my Note 8, I haven't had many issues at all kind of getting in and out of it. One thing I do want to show you guys is now a comparison of what it looks like in kickstand mode for the rugged protective cover and with the S-View cover. So if we take this one and just pop it in, with this case, you have the flip, kickstand that comes out right there. Let me see if I can just position that there. And then, of course, as I showed you guys in the other video, open this up, secured by these two magnets, set it down, and then move it across. and you can see they're pretty much the same in terms of the angle at which you can kind of view things. You know, if I had to compare them side by side like I'm doing right now, it's pretty much exactly the same angle. The SVU flip cover might give you a little bit more of a lean back on that, but otherwise it is pretty comparable as it relates to, you know, how this, you know, looks and feels. So if that's a deciding factor for you, not much of a difference there, so nothing to be concerned about. It is a nice feature that Samsung has built into these cases this year, and I feel like you can't go wrong with any of these cases from Samsung. Again, the prices vary. I think they go on sale pretty often as well, so look out for sales. Again, this is the Alcantara cover, the rugged protective cover, and then the S-View flip cover. All are great, highly recommended. If I had to pick my favorite one, I think I mentioned this already, but it's really the Alcantara cover. I really love the way that these things feel and the fact that they kind of give you a little bit more grippiness, especially when you set it down like on your jeans or, you know, sitting on the couch. It's not just going to slide off of your leg and risk damage, you know, so it definitely stays put where you put it, which is definitely a feature that I like about this case. But, you know, again, can't go wrong with any of these. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more tech videos on a wide variety of things in the future. I have a Nintendo Switch I just got that I need to unbox, as well as more comparison videos and a quick review of the Note 8 that I'm hoping to get up on my channel within the next week or so. So again, thanks for your support, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye everyone.